Where is your 7? I hope everybody can hear us and see us. Maybe I will ask people watching us to write in the chat if everything is fine, if you can see us. Then I will be sure that we can start and I'm not talking to an empty box. Then I will be sure that we can start and I'm not talking to an empty box. Okay. Still silence. Is anybody watching us? That we can start and I'm not talking to. Great. Okay, I see it's working. Okay. Still silence. Hello, everybody. First of all, hello, Abou. Buenas tardes, I should probably say, because Abou is in Spain right now. My Spanish is not perfect, so I'm just showing off, and you are the more Spanish than me here. Okay. Dear people who are watching, I would like to introduce you an amazing, very strong and brave person, Abou Sene, a friend of minority rights group. He comes from Gambia. He's one of protagonists of the film that minority rights group produced. He's a very active person who doesn't stay silent, who is right now in Spain after his long trip. We're going to talk about all of it in a moment. Abou, hello. Thank you for joining us.
Hello, Anna. And thank you for also making me to be part of this meeting. I say hello to everybody and thank you. Yeah.
We decided to organize this meeting because we as MRG, we know you, we know your story, but I feel that more people should get to know you. Yesterday was the World Refugee Day. The whole world was talking about situation of migration in Europe and all around the world. Before all the other questions, I would like to ask you, how does it feel for you to celebrate such a day? You arrived to Europe last year. What does it feel for you to hear that there is something like World Refugee Day?
For example, to be honest, I used to hear about World Refugee Day when I was in the Gambia, but I've never think of myself being a refugee one day. So, like yesterday, you know, I was thinking a lot like, oh, I've never imagined being a refugee, but because of condition, and that's why I'm a refugee. But still, I also think of like if the world was a better place today, that our leaders and the powerful people have did the right thing, then I don't believe that there will be any refugee, that there will be a refugee World Refugee Day. But still, we just leave it like that. Yeah. It's not actually easy, but yeah.
This is what I also felt for the refugees, for migrants, for human rights activists. It's actually not the day to celebrate. We all wish that this day doesn't have to exist.
Yeah, because I don't feel it is, for example, for me, I don't feel it is right to be celebrating like World Refugee Day, because imagining there are people who lost their life through this journey. So how can you celebrate somebody that lost his or her life through the water? How can you celebrate? Maybe there should be another word to use than celebrating.
I absolutely agree with you.
Yeah, Abou, because to tell you the truth, there in our journey, we were passing dead bodies in the water, but you never knew their condition. For example, there are some people whom poverty have forced them to use the. People used to say illegal migration, but I will say irregular migration, because using the word illegal migration shouldn't be used for anybody in the world, because illegal means like you are criminalizing the person. So I will use irregular migration. So you don't know the person, why and what made him or her to use the irregular migration. Maybe it's because of poverty, maybe because of life threats, maybe it's because of war. And then he or she tried the chance, but did not make it and then die. And then later we have a thing like this, celebrating World Refugee Day. We should mourn instead, and then pray for the lost ones, because many people have lost their lives through this, through trying to enter other countries, through being refugees. And there are some who are living in a very bad conditions, very, very, very much bad condition,
Yes, I definitely would prefer to call you a new European than a refugee. Where are you now, Abou?
Yeah, I am in Spain, in Sevilla, in a town called Torreblanca. It's outside of the city. It's outside of the center city of Sevilla.
Mm-hmm.
That's where they used to locate their centers, not inside the city of Sevilla. They used to take their centers to a place whereby it is not in the city of the center of Sevilla.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, even most of their apartments, that's where they used to put most of their apartments.
Okay, before sharing the story, how did you end up where you are now out of Sevilla? I would like to show to the people who are watching us the trailer of the film that put us together in contact, just that they can imagine where does the story start. Okay, let's watch it together with them.
I hope that they are also seeing me, because I'm only seeing you.
I also see only you, but I think they are seeing us. Yes. Can we please see the trailer of the film now?
Okay, no problem.
When the boat is going, the net is behind, the net will crawl. Anything it collects. What 30 boat can fish for a month, the Chinese will come for one day. And I was thinking a lot that if I sell my boat, I then at least try elsewhere like Europe.
The mona we end up going. Miyalo, kabrin na tayo kwenye ko wolf wata janan. adimital ini la boyal mi ala nga tolbe la vision ala la kuwol ke bo itata fo dunda every end of month ike bama ki domande
back, people can see us, people watch the trailer. Abou, in the film you are saying this word, people can see that you were thinking a lot, that if you sell your boat you could come to Europe. Can you tell me how your life in Gambia looked like before this sentence?
Yeah, and it also came to a surprise to me that saying it, and also came alive. Definitely, it was something that I was planning because I fear for my life, and then my work was not going well because it was in my work that I was helping myself, my daughter, and my mom and dad and brother and sister. So from going for fishing day and night without any catch, and also having these life threats from my own community people, and because of I couldn't also shut my mouth, like I was having a lot of live radio programs. So I was trying to awaken the people and saying all that was going on in the country. So from that, I happened to get a lot of people that were against of what I was saying, because from what was happening, it was the Chinese were bribing the community elders, and also the government was also in help of them. So the community elders said that since they are the elders, the matters must be handled by them. They must do the decisions. So I feel like they were not doing anything, and also they were in the favor of the Chinese and the government. So I have to be brave and go against them, which is forbidden. This is how I get my life threats, and it was too much for me that I don't want to lose my life. So I have to grab the first opportunity that I see to migrate.
So, could you please explain to the people who are watching what are Chinese together with government doing in Gambia, because that's not clear for everybody.
Okay. The Chinese have signed a bilateral relationship with the Gambia, and the bilateral relationship includes a lot. In terms of resource, for example, like cutting woods, like red timbers in the forest, fishing in the sea, and also farming, because they are buying out lands and then farming. So, and also farming, all this used to come with condition. At first, they will know that there is something that you are very in need of, like roads, conference halls, stadiums. So your people will be in need of it. So as for the presidents, because our presidents, leaders always used to love to stay for longer terms. So whatever that your youths or your citizens have demand, so what they will do is, whilst there is no fund, they will not look for another way. China will just come and then offer them huge money, like huge loans, or even tell them, okay, it's a brick that you want, or it's a stadium that you want, or it's a road that you want, okay, we will loan you the money, and of course we will build it for you. And then after doing that, you knew that you cannot pay that money, and then they will now make their proposal to you that, okay, since your sea is very rich, like you are having a lot of fish, okay, now we can sign a contract that match the amount of the money that we give to you. So what we'll be doing is we'll be fishing in your river. For the Gambia, they've signed 10 years with the government to fish for 10 years, and it's just like 3 years. They've been there for 3 years, and we had enough of them. For 3 years, we are left with nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like we have 7 years to go. And also, with the red timber, they are cutting from the forest, because Senegal and like all West African countries have agreed not to explore any more like timbers from Africa to Europe or to China. So they used to smuggle it by people not knowing, like, but the government of course will know. They smuggle it from Casamance, which is in Senegal, and then enter in the Gambia and then transfer to China. So we are really suffering for 3 years now, and we are left with 7 years. There is like almost nothing left for us in the ocean. And our authorities actually don't use to patrol our territorial coast as they should. All the places that are illegal for the Chinese fishing vessels to fish are not well patrolled. So any time that they feel like they used to go to those illegal places which are reserved for the local fishermen to fish. So most of the time they used to go there by night and then fish, do anything that they like with the fish, and before daylight they then move back to their normal post. And they are having a very, very, very bad net that even my 2 fingers cannot fit in the hole of the net. So the net will catch anything that comes across its way. Small fish, big fish, oyster, streams, anything. So after bringing all that fish in their vessels, that's the time that they will choose which fish that they want. The fish that they don't want, those fish are already dead in the boat, and then they will just throw them back in the sea. So in like 2 days, you will see all those dead fish floating, dead, and also polluting the area. And another worst thing is that their factories also used to come to our locals, like they knew that you are having a boat and without an engine. They propose to you, okay, we are going to buy your engine. All that we want is for you to come, and they know that you are having and then you'll be paying your debt little by little. So after receiving that loan from them, then you have been tied a rope in your neck.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, because you are working for them. And then they went to the people that are having their material, saying to them, okay, if you go for fishing, bring any catch we will buy. I must be honest in this. It's not only the Chinese, the vessels that are destroying our ocean, but they have also managed to manipulate our people to also be destroying the ocean. Mm-hmm. Because if they say to you, okay, any catch we will buy, imagine, after you going for fishing for a long day, because you have to spend your money to buy fuel, food, and all the needs that you need for the day. So going for fishing and then coming back with empty boat, some people actually don't used to bear that. What they will do is any catch they see, it doesn't matter how small is the fish, they will just catch and then bring it and sell it to the factory. So you see, so this is why it was so much difficult for an activist like me to go against it, because my own people are also, been manipulated. Like for some, because of condition, they are fishing the small fish, because you go for kilometers, 50, 60 kilometers in the sea without having any catch the whole day, and you have a family to feed.
Mm-hmm.
And then you hear that the company will buy any catch. So you happen to come across small fish that should grow and reproduce. So some will have no choice other than to catch that small fish and then bring it. But before the introduction of the Chinese factories, our local fish buyers don't used to buy those small fish. So it was those small fish that we used to leave to grow, and then later we catch them for feeding. But now it's anymore.
And you are one of these people who decided not to stay silent about the situation. Would it be easier if you would stay silent? Nobody would have problem with you?
If I stay silent, nobody will have problem with me. But if I also happens to continue, if I happens to stay silent, while anybody have to take the risks to do something about it, then who's gonna stood up? And if our future generation come, they will find nothing. At least somebody must stand up and then try to awaken the mind of the people, trying to reveal the secrets. And then luckily, maybe you will have one person will come on journey, and another will come, and another will come, and another will come. And then one day you will form a very big team that will be at your back, and then, you will have the power to fight together.
I hope that the film that was produced by MRG with Polish director Gosia Juszczak, who came to Gambia, got to know you, found you, and filmed you. I hope that this film can be a bit of a voice. The film was shown already on, I think, 25 film festivals. I'm very happy that you also have a chance to speak on the events of the festivals. I'm watching pictures whenever you are appearing on some speeches, because this topic cannot be hidden. Average European has no idea about the fact that Europe on one hand is stealing your fish, on the other hand is closing the doors in front of you. Can you tell us how does it work? One day you decide that it's enough, you are in too big danger, you have to leave. And what do you do then?
Yeah, of course, I was having, like, for example, 2 attacks that I could have lost my life. So I then directly knew that it was because of me trying to be an activist. That's why all these things are trying to happen to me. So, for example, if I want to continue being an activist, I have to try and then leave my country and try elsewhere. So, luckily, last year, the irregular migration started again. So there was one man in our town who decided to, take one of his boats to use it, and then to use it for the irregular migration. I heard about the boat, and directly, like what I did say in the film, I did it. Luckily, I managed to find a buyer of my materials, my boat, my engine, all my belongings. And then I happened to sell it. From selling it, I then decided to pay for the boat and join for the boat for the trip. But it was a trip that I will never advise even my enemy to use. because definitely sometimes I even used to have nightmares about the journey. I knew how painful is the journey. There was a time that we there was nothing like hope that we will survive or make it. But a day to survive, it's never a day to die. But a day to die, you cannot survive. But thank God that I have my life again. And also, I used to, you know, I could have, I know that I'm in Europe. Some people that we entered together, some have crossed to France, some to Portugal and other countries. Some have even then go directly to the ones that are in Spain here. Some have went directly to the field, like to the agriculture, start farming and earning a little to send to their family. But as for me, I went directly to the asylum centers. Like right now, I'm an asylum seeker. So why I went to the asylum center to be an asylum seeker is I want to continue my activism. For example, all these film festivals that the documentary film has been shown, I did get the chance to go to one like in Tarifa, and it it's like it hit me up, it fired me up because I see how interesting people were to watch the movie, and everybody was shocked and surprised and because they did not know that this is happening in West Africa and the Gambia. So I see the film as a voice and as a proof to everybody that this is, happening. And I owe that to the director and MRG, Minority Right Group, because these are a group that, like Minority Right Group, it is well pronounced. They are there to fight for the minor, and it is what Minority Right Group is doing.
Abou, could you please try to be a little bit closer to the microphone that we can hear you a little bit better? Thank you, because it's important what you are saying.
Yeah, I said I owe everything to the director and Minority Right Group. It's like Minority Right Group and the director are fighting for Africa.
We can send big hugs to Gosia Juszczak in this point. I'm sure she will watch it in some point.
Yeah, because Gosia is a hero because it was so painful to her. Number one, the weather was not okay. The weather was not okay. He came in a season where in the summer, like in October, it's the end of our summer, and it used to be very, 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 very hot. So that was the time that he came. The weather condition was not in favor of her, and also people were not ready to comply. People were not ready to come out as she wanted. It was so stressful, and authorities were protecting the factories. Authorities were covering up the truth. So that's why people were afraid to come out. It was so painful to her. Like there used to be places that she will go and then they would drive her away. There was a time that she was even thinking of giving up. But thanks to her, that Europe are knowing what is going on in West Africa.
And thanks to you.
Yeah.
That you have courage to talk about it.
Yeah. And to tell you the truth, she have done everything professionally and very fair. After even doing this film, she came out with papers that we should sign, like if we want our image to be shown. Also, if we want our names, our names to be shown. Can you hear me?
Yes.
And also, if we want our names to be shown, we should sign. And then we did, but it was like, thinking twice. you are doing it, but you are also thinking of your safety. But if you think of what will happen next if somebody doesn't sacrifice to do something about it, so we have to sacrifice and give our names and then for our image to be shown. If she only took it for her interest, or like no, she wouldn't even care to give us papers to sign or other stuff. Anything she does it by the rules. Okay, it is something that is in our favor, of course. Like we want things to change in our country, so it's like she was the one that was helping, but she was also doing it accordingly.
Hmm.
Yeah, and
Abou,
also like yes, come again.
No, you go on. You go on.
Yeah, and also almost the whole country, the whole local are suffering about it because fish is something that the Gambia are relying on most more than meat because we don't have much of like cattle. So what we rely on the most is fish.
Mm-hmm.
So we are the fishermen. We catch the fish. When we come, we have some people that we call local in our local language we call them mariers. They are the ones who will buy the whole boat and then later sell it to the local buyers, whom are the women, and they are our mother, and they are the hard-working people in Africa because from that they used to pay for their daughters and some school fees, and you know they struggle more than the men in Africa, to tell you the truth. So if they sell the fish to the local women, so it's the local women that will take it to the market and then sell it to the community. But since the introduction of the Chinese factories, the Chinese will be taking buying the fish until they are okay with the fresh fish because the fish are having qualities. The fish that are on top is what they will take. The ones that are down are the ones that are not so fresh. So those are the ones that they will leave for the local. And sometimes, not always, sometimes when they are in very much need of fish, they will buy everything. And then sometimes our local women will go for like a week, some weeks, without having any fish to buy from the boat. And it's in those fish that they will buy and sell and earn a profit that they will take for their living and also feed their families.
Abou, how would you like to help those people who are in Gambia? What can we all do?
Yeah, for example, like having people to help raise my voice, and I believe like is that it's that what is like minority right group is doing, like to have people that will also join me, or maybe somebody is there who can do better than me, because from what I see, um, for our governments, not only in Africa, not only in Gambia or West Africa, the whole Africa, China are having bilateral relationship with all African countries except Swaziland. You know that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So from what I believe, it's not only the resource that they are after of. You know that China is one of the most polluted countries in the world. Okay? So their next aim is they want to reduce the pollution in their country to save their citizens. So in order to do that, they have to transfer their factories, their companies to Africa.
Mm-hmm.
Hope you are getting me well. So by building those companies and factories in Africa, so the pollution will be transferred to Africa. After building or manufacturing all the products, they will then transfer it to China. Whilst the pollution will be in Africa. They will they will refine or do everything in Africa, and then the product will be taken to China. So this is their step, this is their plan. So it's like they are coming to kill us, Africa, and then their citizens will be safe.
When you arrived to Canary Islands and you started to meet Spanish people, did they know about all what you are saying now? Did they know about the situation in West Africa? This is something I'm wondering about, that people in Europe might see refugees arriving, but they don't really understand the story. They don't understand why are they coming. Did you have these situations that you were talking with people about it in Canary Islands?
Yes. First, I had it with my social workers. Like I was first with the Red Cross. So then I showed them the trailer of the documentary film that I made and why I am here. Because most of the Spanish people think that some people just came here by choice. Not everyone came here by choice. Some people came here by condition. And this is how I started to explain to the people that were close to me. Because in the Canary Islands, it's very difficult to make friends because the people there were avoiding the migrants, the refugees, and also the only people that you can connect with are your socials, like the people that are working too. But luckily, because of the film festivals, I have managed, like, for some newspapers, like the first time was the biggest newspaper called El País had an interview with me. So with this, I knew, like, there are thousands of people or millions of people that are reading this newspaper. So they will actually knew of what is going on. So since I came, I had like 5 interviews, or I think 4 with these newspapers. So I think at the beginning it wasn't like that. At the beginning, it was even too much on me because thinking of separation, like leaving my daughter behind, my family, and other stuff, that I was like one of the breadwinners of the family, and I had to came. So, and I was the one responsible for my daughter's school. Right now, I know it's difficult. So I'm doing all that I can for my daughter to continue her school, because I don't want the life that I missed when I was a child for my daughter to miss it also. So I'm doing everything that I can. So thinking of that, and it was too much on me, and knowing that I'm not planning to stop being an activist, because I'm doing it for my country. I'm bleeding for my country. Because I knew if something is not being done, if things have continuing being the way they are, China are going to control us like the way they control Zambia and other countries, because in Zambia they have their school, their police station, their prison, and everything. They are also imposing their rules in the Zambian country, so it's something that I don't want in the Gambia. And not long ago, they have buy a whole forest in Sierra Leone. And also, any place that they are working on, they used to treat our laborers very bad. So this is something else. It's like now Africa have a new colonial master, which is China. Yeah. And Swaziland is the only country that refused to collect any loan from China. And the people that are watching, like viewers, this is something very serious. Imagine the African Conference Center in Ethiopia. It was built by China. Imagine how they built it, and also install their servers that if our African leaders are having any meeting, everything used to be recorded, and then the China will hear of everything that our leaders have discussed. So then they will know what is going to be their plan to Africa next, because they already knew what was going on. That was only discovered not long ago, that the servers used to record everything and then send it to China. So imagine China are tying Africa by the neck, all because of our greedy leaders.
We have last 10 minutes of our call. I would like to encourage people who are watching us to write questions. If you have any, I will try to look on one hand on the chat under the Facebook viewing. If you have any questions, please write them. I wanted to ask you, Abou, still about now. How is the situation when you leave out of Sevilla somewhere far away? How long will you have to be there? Do you know this? Are you informed about it? How do your days look like?
Okay, now like I'm in a dark, so I've bring all my proofs and give it to the lawyer. So they said to me that there are new rules that are imposed in the asylum now, that in 3 months time, I think in 3 months time, they will call me and inform me that if I have the asylum or not. If like I'm not having the asylum, if they did not grant me the asylum, I have to leave the center in 15 days. So with that, I will just have to be living on the street. So that is what is blowing up my head now. I'm doing all my prayers, and also you pray for me that they grant me the asylum, because I don't, if they did not grant me, the asylum is something else, and it will also, be a pause for me of being an activist, because I will also be thinking of myself, like where will I get a shelter first, and where will I have a comfortable, place to start all over again. But it's actually not easy in the center. They used to give us like 50 euros every month. And that 50 euro is what I will take. I will not even use it for myself, because I knew they've given me a place to sleep, and they are giving me breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And they've given me medical card and bus ticket. So I use that money to spend it for my family. So these are the help that we get from them. Yeah.
What's the name of your daughter?
Mariama.
Mariama. How often you can talk with Mariama?
2 times a week. 2 times a week. But sometimes it used to be more than 2 times. Sometimes she used to disturb my dad a lot. When my dad is from work, he used to get tired. Sometimes he will drop his phone, and then my daughter will come and then collect the phone and call me on video and finish up all my father's credit. And after my father will, just wake up, check his phone, and realize that my daughter have used his phone and then finish up all his credit, he will start complaining, yeah. And my daughter is 6 years old, but she will be 7 in this coming August 16th. She will be 7.
We will all send her birthday wishes in August.
Yeah. But yeah, I love her so much. I will wish to reunite with her very soon. The time that I made it, like when we came close, still we were like 60 kilometers to the island. our fuel finished. I mean, when we come in the water, we came until we were close to like 60 kilometers to the island of Tenerife, and then our fuel was finished. The water was taking us back, so we were lucky that we had a guy who was living in Spain for 8 years, and then he was deported back to Senegal. He is a Senegalese citizen, so he was one of the customers in the boat. So he knew that in that area, if he called the emergency call, which is uno uno dos 112, he tried and then called the emergency call. So because of that emergency call, that we were rescued. But the current of the water was so powerful that the water take us back for like until we had like for 60 kilometers until we went back until we reached like 120 kilometers back. So by the time that I stepped my first foot on the ground of Tenerife, I thank God and then think of my daughter. I almost shed tears, you know. I said, oh, now it's like I have like 90% of my daughter being reunited with my family again since I did not lose my life and I made it. Yeah, I think of my daughter.
I'm so happy you made it. Abou,
Yeah.
what would be your
I'm so happy
dream
too that I'm alive.
in 1-2 years?
Yeah.
If you could have anything you want, what would it be? How would your life look like?
Yeah, I will love to have a part-time job that I will be supportive of my family and my daughter education. And also, um, I will continue like being an activist, but together by finding a part-time job that I will be helping myself and also helping my family and my daughter. But if everything goes as planned, definitely I will love to go back to my country and then live the life that I was, and keep on helping the poor there because definitely, to tell you the truth, there are a lot of um, kids that have not been going to school or having a better education. Most of these people are female kids, you know. They used to say to them like, why should you bother like going to school whilst you know that you will be somebody's wife tomorrow? So this is our people are used to this tradition that if you are marry a wife, she will not work. She is always going to be a housewife, cleaning, cooking, going to the market, washing clothes, taking care of the children only. Yeah. So I will love like if I was having the power like to be paying um the education of kids, the education of youth, some people if I get the power and also, trying to be supportive of some poor families if I could. I will love like whatever that I made to share it with, the poor because definitely there are some families that are especially buying TV. There are some family still now they are not having anything like TV. So for actually they will not know what is actually going on in the world. They are not having the opportunity to watch news or other stuff. You cannot and go and like go by knocking people's compound anytime you want just to watch TV.
So you are not only an anti-government activist, but also women's right activist, as far as I hear.
Yeah, of course, of course, of course. Education is the key of success in this life. And also, if I was to help and pay for the kids, like I will go for the private school. because the private school, they have the best education, the best teachers. The private school, I will try and pay for the private school because it's in the private school that my daughter is in. The time that I was taking my daughter to a private school, people were saying to me, "Are you okay? You are not earning much and you are taking your daughter to private school." Even my mother was against it. She said to me, "You cannot make it. Please, don't, don't, embarrass yourself with this." I said to my mother, since, you know, I am having a health, nothing is wrong with me. I will try for my daughter to have things that I never had, the best education. So I managed to take her to the private school. It's not easy because I was working non-stop
for this.
Because I don't want people to laugh at me tomorrow. Like, okay, look at him. We advise him, and now he is doing it. So still now, I used to take my pocket money and save it and send it to my daughter, or for my daughter's school.
I think you are amazing father, and I wish that you can go on being amazing father even if you are far away. What would you like Abou to say to people in Sevilla, in Spain, in Europe, those who who turn around and don't want to talk with people like you? What would you like to tell them?
Yeah, I will like to tell them, like, let them not be ignorant. Let them, try to, if they did not come and associate with us, how will they actually know what is going on or why we are here? What they only do is, like, not all of them, but most of them, like, they hold it by themselves, not trying to talk or to respond. So this hurts a lot. It is not like that in Africa. We love visitors. If, for example, European tourists come, they feel we had nice time with them. Feel free. There is nothing like people ignoring you. Imagine, the Gambia is even called the smiling coast of Africa. Everybody is friendly and smiling. But here, it's another thing. But I'm not judging, actually, yeah. And they should also know that it's not because of choice that everybody is here. It's because of some conditions. That's why people have come. And migration is something that has not started now, and this is not going to be the end of it. Migration will continue. Everybody used to migrate in this world. And even the Europeans, they migrated from Africa before Africa migrated into Europe. They are the one who started it. And the time that they were migrating to Africa, they did not find it difficult. And imagine the Africans that are migrating to Europe are migrating without, causing problems, or many used to come just for a better life. We are not here to take any results or, stealing jobs or other stuff. In Spain here, in fact, the migrants, they call, like, the migrants are the ones that are doing the shit jobs here. Are you getting me?
Yes.
The migrants are the ones that are doing the shit jobs here, like from the farming, the fields, the agriculture. Spanish citizens don't do it. And the agriculture is something that, it contributes a lot in the Spanish economy. So if you go to the fields, it's only the African migrants that you will see. 90% of the workers in the fields are African migrants. So it's like they are trying also, empowering the Spanish economy.
You said all the things I wanted to say at the end of this meeting, exactly all of them.
Yeah.
Thank you, Abou, very much. People on the chat are sending a lot of hearts and love and greetings to you and to Mariana. We all
Mariama.
We all keep our thoughts and prayers for the asylum and for your future. Please let's stay in contact. Let us know how is the situation, if there is anything we can help with. You go back later to the Facebook chat, you will see how many people were watching and sending you love.
Okay, I will for sure. And also saying thank you for everybody that's been watching. I'm very happy. This makes me so happy and so emotional, and because it's like it's part of my mission. Yeah, I don't just want to be talking and talking and talking without my voice being heard. And also thanks to you, thanks to Minority Right Group. Yeah, if all the NGOs or all the other associations are like Minority Right Group, because I used to follow you. I used to follow you a lot. I've seen you, going country to country, and it's not easy. You leaving your family behind. You have two little kids. You're leaving them behind just for just to make the world a better place.
We all have our missions, Abou.
Yeah. And yeah.
Thank you.
I'm very happy, and thank you very much. And
thank
you to the director Gosia and the big hero here, and her crew also. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
And I also say thank you to my mother, my family, my daughter. Yeah.
Thank you to your family too. Thank you, Abou. Have a good evening.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Ciao. Bye-bye.